Welcome back. Well, for the markets, it's turning out to be a steady session. So we are up around 0.7% at this point in time. We have the Bank Nifty, which is at around 58,120 as well. So good levels coming in there. But one particular company is showing some amount of weakness today. That's Supreme Petrochem, which came out with its numbers. It's down around 2% at this point in time, and on a month-to-date basis as well, it's lost around 5 to 6%. But you have to admit that on a year-to-date basis, it's still resilient with a gain of around 18 or 19%. But this time round, the numbers have looked weak. The revenue's down around 27%, margins at 7.05%, and the profit has been a steep decline of around 47% on a year-on-year basis. We have Rakesh Nayyar, who's the ED at Supreme Petrochem, to take us through the numbers this quarter. Mr. Nayyar, thank you very much for joining in. Well, definitely a disappointing quarter for you all. Just take us through your volumes this time. We understand that it fell around 5.6% this quarter. What led to that volume decline and the pricing? What was the pricing decline like this quarter, or the movement? And what can you guide on these two parameters for Q3?
Good afternoon. This quarter was tough for us. There were multiple reasons for that. One is the extended heavy monsoon, which dampened the sale of cooling devices, resulting in lower lifting by the OEMs. Secondly, the intimation of reduction in the GST rates in mid-August, which resulted in the deferment of buying decisions by the OEMs and their molders and the consumers also. Thirdly, the trade barriers all over the setup by the US, which resulted in the change in the trade flows globally, and also weakening demand from Europe. And lastly, the styrene prices, because of the crude prices were also falling, the styrene prices also fell from almost a peak of $940 end June to $800, which is today now. So all these reasons, one, our selling prices dropped also because on the back of the lower raw material prices. And the margins were also under pressure, as well as the volumes, both in the domestic market as well as in the exports, they were under pressure.
So what is
all these reasons, sorry, yeah.
Go ahead, but what is Q3 looking like when it comes to pricing and volumes?
See, the pricing essentially is a matter of raw material price also. So if the raw material prices are at these levels, the prices will also be at the similar levels which are prevailing today. And as far as the volumes are concerned, generally December also, the first half of this third quarter is generally a weak quarter post Diwali. But then the issues like tariffs, barriers by US, and also the Europe demand being weak, and also large capacities built by China, they are the issues which very difficult to predict today. I wouldn't hazard any guess as far as the next 6 months are concerned, but I can only say that our volumes overall would be better than last year. But then at quarter-wise volumes, I won't make any guess today.
All right. So just roughly what proportion will they be higher by on a year-on-year basis?
I wouldn't make any guidance on that today because of all geopolitical issues which are there today.
Right.
It's tough to predict.
Okay, we take that point. But what's also in your control and is among your triggers going forward is the ABS plant, which started commercial production. What could that do to your revenue? And you acquired X-Mold as well, which obviously has exposure to the auto space. So with this ABS plant starting and X-Mold, what could your mix be when it comes to business coming in from the auto sector? How much is it right now, and what would it be from here on?
No, right now, see, we just started our ABS production, and the trials are on with the various processors. And once the whole material is accepted by the market, and if any changes are needed to be made in certain grades, that would be made. And post that, I would say that the actual sales with the autos will start, and that would take at least next 5 to 6 months.
And what's your target here from the auto sector? How much do you sell to them right now?
No, we don't sell them right now. we don't sell to them. Though our X-Mold, which we acquired this year, has necessary approvals from the automobile sector. But currently our ABS is just started and we are not selling it to any automobile sector.
Right. Also, I just wanted a couple of points. I wanted clarification. So now, in terms of you highlighted points, why you saw weakness in Q2, but are you seeing better inquiries overall and export also? If you could highlight that, is there any improvement there, or are there any specific geographies which are still facing a lot more pressure?
Europe is facing a lot of pressure. US is practically no for us now. It's the Gulf, it's the Asian countries where we are concentrating right now.
Okay.
And as far as the domestic market is concerned, after Diwali, generally it's a lull period. But starting in mid-November, end November, the actual lifting will start by the OEMs also.
Okay, and for the full year, do you think you'll be able to maintain that 10 to 11% revenue from exports, or will it be lower maybe in FY26, given some geographies are facing issues?
Exports, we will still be able to manage, but then the overall volume guidance which we had earlier given, I don't think we'll be able to meet that with the kind of issues we are facing currently and the last 3 months we faced. So I wouldn't make any guess as far as the overall volumes are concerned, but domestic, I'm sure that we will be able to achieve 10% growth.
Okay, so domestic, you'll achieve 10% growth. What was your earlier volume guidance?
Sorry, I said we will achieve 10% growth on exports.
On exports. What was your earlier volume guidance, sir?
We had earlier given a volume guidance of 10 to 12% for the year as a whole for all products put together. But then I won't make any guess at the moment on that, as I explained.
All right. And that's a fair point there. But you did mention that you're focusing on the Gulf now. Do you think that, when do you think business will start picking up in terms of momentum for you to formidably show in your numbers?
No, business is going on as far as the Gulf or the Asian countries are concerned. The business is going on.
No, for it to compensate on the lost on the businesses where, your geographies are showing pressure, for Gulf and other geographies to probably compensate for the others.
It's a work in progress always, and we are increasing our volumes there. We are concentrating, but then with the change in the trade flows, even there is a competition today because the other countries who are concentrating on the other markets are also focusing on these areas. So, but then we are there already there. We have customers there, so we have some kind of an edge, and we are working on that.
What's your outlook on margins from here on? And just to press further on that ABS point, 5-6 months you will get orders coming in. You will settle in on who your customers would be. You spent about, what, 850 crores, or that's the earmarked capex for this plant?
No, that was for both the phases.
Okay.
And we have only just completed the phase 1 and the infrastructure and the utilities for the second phase.
And what is the typical, asset turnover in a plant like this?
It's generally at 2 times.
So you can, from the current phase, do about 800 crores of revenue, and when both the phases are done, about 1700 crores overall.
Yes, that's so.
And that would be entirely from the auto space, or there would be other clients as well?
No. The auto space is one part of it, because in appliances it is used also. It is used in toys, it is used in stationery, it is used in multiple small appliances also. So ABS has multiple uses, 2-wheelers, batteries, everywhere they are there.
So what would the margin triggers then be?
In today's environment, very difficult to predict on the margins, please.
Okay, and just a quick one, value-added products in Q1, it was around 36% of your overall total revenue. You said it would move up somewhere around 40% because of this ABS plant coming in there. By when will this 40% come for value-added products then?
We hope that by the year end, we should be there at 40%.
By the year end, you will be there. So then, wouldn't that improve your margins a little bit more, given that you would see more value-added products?
Yes, margins would improve. On those, that 40% will certainly improve our margins. But then, as I explained, that everywhere else, the margins are under pressure today. So how much will it make total impact on overall volumes of the company is very difficult to predict today.
Okay, all right. So we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us, and best of luck for what seems to be a little tough environment for Supreme Petrochem. As you can see, the stock is down around 2.5% at this point in time. Well, we'll need to take a short break, but a quick note for our viewers. As you can see on the screen, there is a money control stock score just above the line graph. And this is a score which is assigned to each stock based on Money Control's multi-factor algorithm. It's calculated by analyzing over 40 parameters, including both current and historical financial statements, price charts, and technical indicators for each stock. Each of the individual parameters considered for calculation of the 4 factors are assigned a score, which is then aggregated to arrive an overall Q factor score, G factor score, V factor score, and T factor score. Remember, this is not a buy or sell recommendation. Any investor viewer is advised to carry out necessary diligence on their own or through a certified registered financial advisor for investment decisions.